season for me, it's a new place, a new boat with new department heads.
Best thing to do is feed them alcohol.
I've never hit anything in my career, ever.
Bring me a naked man and bring him to me now.
Challenge accepted.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. It's the Below Deck Med Edition. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-captain. It's the one and only Teresa.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Hopefully, we're all doing a bit better than our friend Kyle over there.
Yeah.
I usually, let me tell you this. Anytime, you know I hadn't been to the dentist in a fortnight or two.
What are you talking about? You went a few months back.
I know, but before then, it had been some time.
Yeah,
And
I've been yelling at you over
you were yelling
that.
at me. Yes, and we won't disclose how long it's been, but it's been a couple Halloweens, we can say.
Okay.
But every time we ever watch something with teeth issues or dentistry, I would always kind of just be like, hurry up, get through this, because I knew you would take that opportunity to remind me to go to the dentist.
He was so mad at me for so long, and then I had to take some drastic measures.
Basically, he's saying you were going to tell the dentist on me if I didn't.
Yeah,
call
because
myself.
he goes to the same dentist now as
I
me.
do now, yeah.
And I'm like, if you don't call the dentist by this date, I'm going to call for you. And it's going to be embarrassing when you show up. And if you don't show up, they're going to make you pay.
Yeah. But long story short, I went to the dentist and almost everything was fine, which was surprising considering how long I had waited. But if I had not gone and we had watched this episode, it would have been one of those moments where I was like, all right, Kyle, enough with the teeth thing. Let's just move on so Teresa doesn't remind me that I have to go to the dentist. And I feel bad for Kyle because I think there's more going on than just him clenching his teeth at night, because I do that as well.
Yeah, you do.
I think he's dealing with
Did you tell your dentist that you do that?
I did, and I told them what I do to prevent any issues, and they said keep doing that. Spoiler alert, sometimes I wear a mouth guard. I know, it's hot.
It's very sexy.
It's hot. I haven't been wearing it recently.
You should. Why? Oh, my
I
gosh.
probably should.
My gosh.
But, yeah, I'm fearful for our friend Kyle that it's not just a little teeth grinding in the night. It seems like he's got an infection or something.
This is what my dentist told me. She said that my wisdom teeth are so far back that if they cannot reach them while I'm at the dentist, that there is no way I can reach them when I'm flossing or brushing my teeth. Long story short, they keep urging me to take them out because they say they look healthy for now based on all the scans they do, but eventually they might get infected and you won't get to them, right? And so you're just going to be in a lot of pain, and then the surgery is going to become more difficult.
Yikes.
So they've been telling me this for over a year. Like, Teresa, have you scheduled your wisdom teeth removal yet? And it's silly because I talked to my parents, and my parents, they go to the same dentist as I used to go. And they ask him, and he goes like, there is no reason for Teresa to do that. That's just silly, right? Some people keep their wisdom teeth their whole lives.
Yeah.
So my Czech dentist is saying, don't do it. My American dentist is saying, do it. And now I'm very confused.
That's because your Czech dentist isn't going to make any money off you if you get it removed here in America.
Well, he wouldn't make that much money off of me either because we have, the insurance covers a lot. But anyways, long story short is me watching Kyle.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, shit, is that his wisdom teeth? Is this what I'm looking at in a couple of months if I don't schedule my appointment?
And for me, when I went, they told me, well, they asked me, have you had your wisdom teeth out? And I said, no. And they said, that's interesting. You only have 2 in your mouth. And I was like, that is interesting, considering how wise I am.
Wait, how many do you have?
I don't know. I think maybe 4.
What?
I don't know. Not a dentist.
I don't want to live through that.
I don't know if that's true. I just made that up.
I might just keep them forever.
I feel like things come in 4s, but that's not true. I don't know.
Apparently, it's very painful. Like afterwards, obviously, they put your mouth to sleep during the surgery. But I don't know if I should do it. I should probably do it, right?
Yeah.
It's better than be going through some pain because painful teeth pain is one of the worst pains you can get.
Yeah. Anyways, enough about that. Hopefully, I think we're going to learn more about Kyle's issue in a future episode. But we'll save it till then. For now, a couple housekeeping items before we get into this episode. If you want to follow us on Instagram, we think you should do it. We don't talk a lot about teeth on Instagram, so you're safe over there. Follow us at Married to Reality Pod. We're breaking news over there. We are sharing some memes that we create, and you message us. It's just a good time overall on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Also check out the Patreon. The Patreon's on fire. People are signing up, and we love that. So if you haven't signed up yet, you might want to consider it. Patreon.com/Married to Reality. Currently covering Seek and Sister Wife and going to be covering something else in the future.
Woo-hoo!
And if you want to be a part of that voting process to decide what we do cover in the future, get over there. Any level gets to vote, and then the coverage will just go out to our Cousins Club and Family Affair friends. But, yes. Oh, yeah. I almost forgot.
Our happy hour. We're going to do a happy hour with our Patreon friends.
Yes, unfortunately, voting is closed at this point when you are hearing this. Voting will be closed, but that doesn't mean you can't join us because this is dropping Wednesday, and I think the lead date that is winning is Thursday.
Woo! We
have to decide if we're doing it. Well, we will have decided at this point if we're doing it this Thursday.
You love talking in the future, but you're not good at it.
I know, I'm not really. That's very confusing. All that to say, get on the Patreon. We're going to do a happy hour, a Zoom hangout. So if you missed this one, maybe you'll make it for the next one.
Yeah, totally.
All right? And that's all there is to say about that. Patreon.com/Married to Reality. Also, guys, make sure you are following the podcast no matter where you're listening. You could be listening on Patreon, but you may be listening on Apple. You may be listening on Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher. It doesn't matter. What matters is you follow the podcast. It's so easy to do. You look down, you smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hard as the new Ducky.
Whee! Courtney?
Yeah, she's good looking.
Courtney?
Yeah, she has a fire on her. I think she's like a firecracker.
I think she was last season.
Yeah.
Out of control.
And there was some fire within her MZ. Let's see if that's gonna happen again.
So smash it. Like it's as hot as Z is gonna smash Courtney.
Oh, that's even better.
And last but not least, if you haven't left a review, if you could do that, we love. And we love when you guys leave that love. So thank you in advance if you are gonna leave one, and thank you if you have left one.
Yes. You ready?
Right. Oh, you know I'm ready, Teresa.
You ready for our favorite segment?
That's why I do this podcast, mainly, is for this segment right here.
Boat name this segment.
Our favorite segment, because our least favorite boat name is Home. Still doesn't make sense.
Did you hear Captain Sandy welcoming the guests saying, welcome to your home away from home?
I was like, oh, cool.
It's the worst.
Cool, Sandy.
It's the worst.
It will be their home because they're not leaving port.
That's very true.
It's the worst name ever, and we try to help these folks out by coming up with a few different names, a few alternative names that are appropriate based on the episode. And it's a segment we do every episode called Boat Name This Segment. It is that time. Cue the theme song. We don't have a theme song, my producer is telling me, so we will just roll into it. Ladies first, Teresa, the first boat name for Boat Name This Segment.
All right. My first boat name for this episode is 2 Minutes in Hell.
2 minutes in hell?
Yeah.
2 minutes in hell.
It's because Storm died for 2 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Wow, I tried to forget that. Yeah, that's worth than any trip to the dentist, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So 2 minutes in hell.
Again, another boat name. I would not be boarding a boat called 2 Minutes in Hell.
I would board it. I think it's a fun name.
Risk taker.
I think it's a fun name. Okay.
2 minutes in hell also what I call going to the dentist, usually. There's always a couple of minutes where you're like, this is not good.
Oh, yeah.
But it usually ends all right. Okay, 2 minutes in hell. First boat name for me, we saw a little striptease action. We saw a little dessert service, sans shirt, okay? Captain of the Strip. Forget Captain of the Ship. We're talking about Captain of the Strip, Teresa.
That's a good one. That's a strong start.
Thank you. All right, that is one name for each of us. We should have asked, how many names do we have?
I have 3.
All right, I
have 4, but 1 sucks, so
yeah,
3.
let's forget that one. Okay.
All
Your
right.
next boat name.
My next boat name number 2 for this episode is Familiar Blood. It's not a new blood because they know Courtney. It's a familiar blood.
Let me ask you a question, Teresa. Why didn't we go with familiar faces?
Because familiar blood sounds better.
Okay. All right.
Familiar faces like It's like, who wants to ride that boat?
I would have loved, well, I wouldn't have loved, but if she had injured herself and spilled a little blood, then I could have seen familiar blood. But this is your name.
Yeah.
Teresa, you are entitled to name this boat whatever you want. You're going with familiar blood. All right. My second boat name, it's a sad boat name because we saw the way this episode ended. Not in the best note for Storm. Okay. We've heard of the perfect storm. This is the not so perfect storm. That is what this boat name would be named if I were to name it. Not so perfect storm. Because
That's pretty good.
He wasn't.
Didn't I say the perfect storm last time?
No, I think you said calm before the. Or
yes, calm
something.
before the storm. Yeah.
This is not so perfect storm because he was not perfect. He was near perfect this entire episode.
Near
He was
perfect.
Very strong performance from Storm. Not so perfect Storm at the end.
Well, since you brought it up, that unfortunate ending, my last boat name of this episode is
I'm so excited.
is
I love the anticipation. There is.
Boop.
It's called Boop.
Because he booped.
Boop the
Said
boat.
Yes, and he booped.
All right.
Into the little buoy.
I like the name
It's
because
called Boop.
I like the name. I could see the graphic that goes along with it, which would be just a little seal.
Oh,
Little seal.
yeah.
On a buoy, perhaps, would be on the boom. Boop.
Boop.
I like it. I like it. Okay, my last name for this episode 6, boat name. The segment, I kind of have two, but it's the same idea. You'll help me decide.
Okay.
Okay. We saw the attire that the interior was wearing. It was a glitter party. It was a sequins party, right? Sequins on the sea.
Okay.
Or you just do sequins, but S-E-A, like the sea. Sequins.
I think I would go with sequence, the second one.
Just keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Sequins.
I was like,
Okay,
boop,
so my third boat name is Sequins.
Love it.
S-E-A. All right.
Love it.
That's boat name.
I would put a dash in between sequence.
Oh, really call it out.
Yeah.
Really highlight it. Thank you. And that's why I asked. And that's why
You're
we
welcome.
discussed this, to make our boat names the best they can be. And if you guys have boat names, please share with us. We love to hear. You guys are so creative. So send those boat names in. You can message us on Instagram, message us on Patreon, leave it as a review. It doesn't matter. We just want to hear what you guys are thinking. All right. That's boat name, the segment that brings us to episode 6.
Woohoo!
So we know Dave's got to move. He's got to get out of Natasha's cabin. There's too much, not familiar blood, but there's too much bad blood.
Yeah, so Dave is moving with Jason, and Kyle is moving into Natasha's cabin.
I like this. I like this musical chairs. I like this line change because Kyle came to Natasha's side in her time of need when this all went down. So he's going to continue being the support system there. Dave and Jason, they've got the bad blood.
Yeah, but
And that could potentially be interesting.
but I think it'll be good because Jason says, yeah, we're cool now. As long as he minds his own business, we good.
Yeah, we'll see. I think we'll see.
Well, I think Jason feels bad for Dave. So unless Dave loses his shit again on Jason or in general, I think they'll be good. I don't think they'll be besties, but I think they'll be good.
You know what brings people together more than anything?
A tragedy.
Okay, that's one. That's one and close. A common enemy.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite lines from Miracle, which is our favorite movie. When they're like, why is Herb Brooks running the team so ragged, running them down and making them hate him so much? And the assistant coach is like, well, if the team hates Herb, they won't have time to hate each other. Right? It's all have a common enemy. They won't be able to hate each other.
What a great movie, am I right?
One of the best. So not that he will become a common enemy, but Natasha's ex is coming into the picture. And we know Jason kind of fancies Natasha. We know Dave definitely fancies Natasha.
You think Jason fancies Natasha?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
I think so. But now that the ex is involved, they can both sit there and go, oh, she's just entertaining the ex. She loves the ex. She wants the ex. So they could bond over the fact that neither of them are catching Natasha's eye. It's all the ex who's catching the eye.
I think Jason is smart enough to know that if he did something with Natasha, it would just the whole charter would be just unbearable for so many people. So I think he's just regardless of the ex or not, I think he would still kind of stay back and just do his job.
Yeah, I think so. All right. Preference sheet meeting time.
Woohoo!
My second favorite segment of the episode, right after Boat Name the segment.
Christina, a real estate agent from the Bay Area, so she must be loaded.
Hello. And
Loaded.
cousin Dina, I believe, right?
I think a sister. No, a cousin. Well, there were like 2 sets of sisters
Yes.
and a bunch of cousins. So I'm not fully sure.
Okay, family.
But yeah, it
a
could
family
be
affair.
a cousin. But yeah.
Tina and Dina.
Yes.
Tina and Dina, they're celebrating a joint 50th birthday
Woohoo.
over there. So I doubt they're sisters, otherwise they'd be twins,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
So I'm thinking cousins. So they're going to be celebrating their 50th birthday party. They want cake, their birthday cake, to be delivered by a shirtless deckhand.
Okay, ladies. Okay.
Cake by the Ocean would have been a good boat name.
Oh,
Cake
okay.
by the Ocean.
Well, one of my boat names was Somebody Call 911.
Shorty's fire burning on the
But it
dance
only
floor.
sounds good when I
Whoa.
sing it. So
Yeah.
when it's on the boat, somebody call
That
911.
would not be, another boat I wouldn't get on. Another boat you would not find me on.
Yeah, this it was kind of a dark names for me this episode
Why somebody call 911?
because it's from the song supposed to be hot. Somebody call 911.
Oh.
Somebody is
Shorty's
hot
fire,
on the
yeah.
dance floor.
Uh-huh.
No? Something like that.
Storm is dancing on the I don't know. All right. I liked your other names better.
Thank
okay.
you.
So we want a shirtless cake delivery, which is reminiscent of what we saw on Sailing Yacht with Tom and Gary, right?
Yes.
Again, no HR in the open sea. So you can request whatever you want and you'll get it. And then on the last night, they want a Studio 54 party with glitter decor.
Okay. I'm not American, so this is okay. What's Studio 54
Studio
party?
54, it's a disco. It's a famous disco in
What
New
is
York
the disco?
City.
Oh.
It's Studio 54 is.
I've lived in New York. How
it's
come
it's out of business now.
Oh, okay.
But it used to be all the rage, and I would say probably these folks are.
I mean, I've been to Webster Hall.
Okay.
I think that was the iconic place for like it's a venue, it's a party, everyone does drugs in there. I did not.
No, I mean this was just a famous disco
Oh.
in the city, and probably around the time that these guests were, in their heyday.
Yeah, okay, I like it. I
that's-
like it.
That's the theme. And then, of course, when you're on Sandy's boat, you better be ready for some
Toys.
water toys.
Yeah, they
So
want
that's
to
what they
spend as much time with the water toys as possible.
Yes.
And Storm is ready to give his 250%.
He was the perfect storm until the very end.
Yeah, I'm curious how that's gonna turn out for Storm.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the preference sheet meeting. It seems pretty low key. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too over the top.
Yeah, hopefully he's not gonna get downsized to like a small rain.
Like a drizzle.
Yes. Hopefully
We'll see. We'll
he's
see
not
if
gonna
he-
be downsized to a drizzle.
We'll see if we start calling him Drizzle next episode. Okay, for shizzle. So then we see Natasha texting her ex. She wants to chat. And that's the first we see, and we'll see it again throughout the episode. She's reaching out to, I think, rekindle this relationship.
Yeah, ugh, a bad idea.
It's a bad idea.
This is what I call been there, done that. Like, that was also could have been a great boat.
Been there, done that. Yeah. But she cheated, so she feels guilty. It's not just, we broke up. Because
Well, I thought he cheated on her and they broke up. So
That's a good point, right? He cheated first and then...
yeah.
Oh, that's a really good
So
point.
what is this, like 50-50, let's get back together?
That's
And they will always have it on their minds. Like, every single time there is a tiny fight, it's going to be like, oh, you remember the time you cheated on me?
Well, that's such a good point because he cheated first, the ex cheated first, then she cheated as a way to get back at him.
Yeah, while thinking of breaking up with him.
But I don't think she actually ever fell out of love with him. She was just trying to hurt him the way he hurt her. So when we all saw her and Dave, we were like, oh yeah, they must really like each other. No, he was a rebound.
Yeah.
Dave was a rebound. She was never that into him.
No, apparently Natasha, we know that Natasha loves to party. Her ex loves to party. Their house was a party house.
So it was a party.
Which I would love us to be, our house to
I would
be a
love
party
to host.
house.
I would love
I
to
love
host.
hosting.
Would love to host.
Love hosting.
Hostess with the mostest over here.
Yeah, I was hosting some food and some drinks at the family vacation as much as I could.
I was grilling. I was doing my thing.
Yeah.
We were hosting.
We were hosting. We
Look at
loved
us.
it.
Look at us. All right. Next morning, Natasha and Natalia, they're planning the day. Did you notice the editors with the arrow?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, guys, it's episode 6. We know who they are by now.
And honestly, they don't look alike.
They looked like the first time you meet them, you go, oh, they're pretty
It's
similar.
the names. I get it. Natasha and Natalia as like potato, literally. But if one was Jessica and the other one was Rachel, I would be like, oh, this is Jess, this is Rach.
Yeah, they do look similar, but not enough where on episode 6 we're pointing
Yeah.
like it's not even funny anymore. It's almost like, how dumb do you think we are, Bravo? I can tell 2 people apart, especially because you always make Natalia wear glasses.
True.
So I caught that. Wasn't sure if you did, but yes,
I did,
We're
yeah.
over it, Bravo. We know who's who.
Yep. But new decky alert.
There's someone we don't know.
We see Courtney walking in, and I did some social media digging prior.
There you go. That's
And
my girl.
they actually posted it on the website that Courtney's the new decky.
Oh.
And then I went down the rabbit hole and found out that she was on the previous charter
Yes.
with Z.
Yes.
And they had a little bit of romance. They traveled together, and they show it on this episode too.
You thought you were bringing hot tea to this
Yeah,
podcast.
but nah.
Yeah, and so I think it's a not so secret relationship. Like, they're not dating. They're not
No.
boyfriend and girlfriend, but they're not hiding the fact that there's something there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then we learn a little bit about Courtney. She's really tan, which I like. I wish I could get that tan.
If you worked on a boat, I think you'd.
I think my blonde
there.
hair would look better, but anyways.
Oh boy.
So Courtney was actually a second stew on the previous charter,
Yes.
or third. I think she's at second, but it wasn't
She's a
her.
stew.
He wasn't her cup of tea. She wasn't vibing it. It wasn't her thing. So after the charter, she went to the Bahamas, finished the season strong as a decky, and she loved it.
That's really important to note. Is she was a stew,
Yeah.
then transitioned over to deck, and that's what she's being hired as.
Yes.
This charter is as a deckhand.
And she said she loves it. It's more her. It's more fun. Like, she did not like serving and cleaning. She likes being on the deck, just
Yes.
doing that type of work. So she's back as a decky.
Yes. Or so she thinks.
Yeah. Well, she's meeting everyone. Everyone's very friendly. Natalia's very friendly. It's like, oh my gosh, new roomie. So they get a bunk together.
Yeah.
Because Natalia was bunking with Reagan.
Yes. Yes. And Storm is stepping into that role because he gets the deckies all
Yeah.
together. He's printed out a schedule for everyone. He tells everyone what he expects. He's a natural leader.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel bad that it wasn't the perfect storm at the
It
end.
was actually bad at the end.
It was worse than with Reagan.
Yeah.
if
But
we're gonna be honest.
everyone is happy, I guess, with Storm being the bosun.
Yeah. Well, he tells us.
Well, this is 2
Okay.
minutes in hell, right?
There you go.
Because he tells us that I'm a very intense person because I almost died. Actually, I died for 2 minutes. He was surfing and all of a sudden felt some crazy pain. And they found out he has this condition called, I didn't get it.
Atrial fibrillation.
And I knew you would.
Yes.
Thank you.
Atrial fibrillation.
Yeah, so basically they had to stop his heart for 2 minutes and then bring him back. It's scary, but that's why he's very intense. He lifts 150% or 250 as he said.
Yeah.
And being a bosun has always been his dream, and he was gonna give it his all. I
Yeah.
love this.
I was going to say it was one of those near-death experiences that pushes someone or wakes someone up and makes
Yeah.
them reset. It wasn't near-death. I guess it was death.
Yeah.
It was a death experience that made him realize, I got to live my life to the fullest.
Yeah, for sure.
And so now he is.
yes.
And he's has been, and he's being rewarded for that. And that's why he was promoted to provisional bosun. So
Provisional, very important.
Very, very important to note that it's provisional because that time may have come to an end at the end of this, but we'll see.
Oopsie.
Okay. So while everyone's getting the boat prepped, Sandy checks the weather.
Uh-oh, it's not looking good.
There are big swells off the coast, and so she will not be able to leave the dock. That is not what you want to hear.
No.
Whether you spent $1,000 on a boat, $5,000, $60,000, you don't want to hear that your yacht just turned into a hotel. Because can you imagine if they took the money that they spent on the yacht and booked a hotel?
Yeah.
It would have been the nicest hotel you've ever stayed in your entire
on
life.
the yacht, you get the private chef, you get the
True.
entertainment, and I think the ladies will be fine. So the charter is coming in, and we meet the ladies.
It's like Real Housewives of
Oh
motor
my gosh.
yachting. I
I've
was like,
never
huh?
watched Real Housewives, but that reminded me of that intro that I always see somewhere.
Yeah. I was like, okay. I see what we're doing here, Bravo.
Welcome to your home, away from home.
Welcome to 2 Minutes in Hell, ladies.
Yeah. Welcome to Boop.
So you see everyone snap into action, and even Courtney, the newest Decky,
Mm-hmm.
she's two-handing some suitcases. And I'm like, yeah, there you go.
Because she's masculine. Like, she can do
Not
that
even
shit.
that,
Like,
because
she works out.
she's a professional.
Well, that too, but
Reagan
Reagan
would never.
No, but Reagan's like, ugh, that suitcase is too heavy. No, it's not. I can carry that suitcase.
Courtney hasn't smoked one cigarette since she's gotten on the boat.
Oh, she's great. I like Courtney.
Real professional. So then Sandy has to break the news to the guests about the swell.
Yes, during a tour. Captain Sandy.
You know what I actually didn't notice this time?
What?
No welcome shots.
Right, I was gonna say that.
Right?
I was gonna say that. I thought it was Natasha's thing, but I think she's so distracted with the ex-boyfriend that she forgot.
Was it Natasha's thing or Natalia's thing?
Natasha, she's the cocktail master.
wow.
Natalia is the laundry master.
Okay, so that must be it.
Have you ever watched this show before?
I confused them, Teresa. That's why I need Bravo to put their names on
Ah,
screen.
you really do.
But that makes complete sense. Her head is somewhere else.
Yes, but right after Sandy breaks the bad news, guests are not very thrilled, but Sandy offers a way out, saying, I'll promise you that the crew will do their best
Yes.
above and beyond to keep you happy
Yes.
before we can sail. And Natasha's like, the best thing to do in this situation is to serve them alcohol.
Couldn't agree more.
Yep.
Couldn't agree more. All right. Teresa, I think we need to take a quick break.
Okay.
When we come back, there's a lot to discuss. So we'll take a little break, and we'll be back in a second. And we're back.
Ahoy, Jonathan.
Ahoy, Teresa.
How's it going?
No complaints. Can't
No
complain.
complaints, right?
No.
No complaints. So far, everything's looking good on Boop.
So far, everything is good.
Boop.
On sequins, and the guests handled the news, and everyone's doing their job. So far, so good.
Yes, so then we see the ladies are just relaxing, chilling. Natasha's making all these beautiful cocktails, and Kyle is still working. He's still serving the alcohol.
Although this is where he starts to complain about his teeth.
Yes.
And he goes, oh, I grind my teeth when I sleep. But that, at least in my experience, because guilty, I do the same, it's more of a soreness. It's more of a tightness and a soreness. It's not like a pain or like a sharp pain. His demeanor to me made it seem like he was dealing with a more acute pain than just a sore jaw. And so that's why I go, I think he's got something else.
And this is
brewing.
also the moment that Jason is acknowledging how tough things must be for Dave, being put all this pressure on of the food and all the meals being perfect while working alongside of Natasha, who is in love with.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, I think Jace, as long as Dave keeps his shit together, don't get crazy drunk or don't start any arguments with Jason, that'll be good.
Let's hope so. Well, maybe we could use a little
I
drama,
mean,
but-
I could use some drama, but
So here's where Courtney gets pulled away from the deck into the interior. Mm-hmm. And she's with Natalia unpacking the guests' suitcases. She's doing it. She was asked to do it. She doesn't put up a stink, right? Many other, I think, crew members would put up a stink if they were asked to do something That was not in their job description. She goes with it, but she says to the camera, "Oh, it makes me very thankful I'm a deckhand." But this is just the first of many instances where she's going to be used as not a deckhand.
Oh, yeah.
And to me, I don't think it's fair. Although I've said time and time again, on a small boat, you pitch and you help out where you need to help out.
Yeah, I think it's, if Kyle wasn't being sick, I think she wouldn't have to do that. But that was the moment that Kyle was like, I need to take a break. Like, I can't do this anymore.
Let me ask you, which would you prefer, to be a decky or to be interior?
I'm going to say I would probably want to be interior.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah. I'm a service queen.
You cannot fold a t-shirt.
No, I wouldn't want to do that, but I would want to be the bartender. I'd want to serve drinks. I think I would want to entertain. I think I would like that more.
Really?
Than manual labor, Teresa. Look at me. Do you think?
That is a manual labor. Folding
true.
laundry, cleaning.
No, I can't do that, but Natalia can handle. What?
You would be so fired, Reagan.
Yeah. Is that me?
Yeah.
How dare you? She was a deckhand.
Yeah, she also didn't do half of the things she was supposed to.
Fair enough. So while Natalia and Courtney are together and unpacking, Natalia brings up how there's a bit of a negative relationship on board.
But also a positive
Oh,
one.
there's a new positive
And
one.
also, it was kind of like her way of saying, back off from Storm, bitch.
Storm's mine.
Yes.
But she asks if Courtney and Z have banged. And Courtney's response wasn't, no. What are you talking about?
Wait, I thought Courtney asked her if her and Storm banged.
Oh, see, I thought so too, because I wrote that down originally. And then I went back and looked at my note and I changed it to Z.
But how would she know that she hooked up with Z?
I thought everyone knew.
No, this is a different crew.
Well, this is even more interesting then, because her response to "have you banged yet" is not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. That's why I thought
That's
it was.
the thing. If it was for her, like Courtney and Z, not yet is not the answer.
Why?
Because it's been like a year ago, no?
What do you mean? When they went to South Africa and hung out together? And
But I would, not yet means you're in a relationship. Not yet means not yet.
I know.
If
I know.
you're not in a relationship, something was happening, you would have said like, no, we did not. You wouldn't say not yet.
Yeah, you would. You'd be
No,
like,
would
it's
not.
Because she's open to the idea of it.
Courtney?
Yeah.
But I think she's the one who asked the question.
Oh, I thought Natalia asked the question.
No, just-
Oh.
I mean, I might be wrong, but I'm saying if Natalia asked the questions, which she didn't, Courtney's response being not yet doesn't make any sense because
Why?
she just got to the boat. They haven't seen each other in a while. They are not officially dating. They're friends.
Courtney
not
and
yet.
Z.
Yeah.
We saw them make out hard last season.
Last season, that's a year ago.
I know, but how does... Natalia's asking, did you guys bang then?
And not yet is not the answer for that.
Yes, it is.
No, not yet means she wants to bang him.
I know. Are we talking about two different people? Aren't Courtney and Z the ones that traveled to South Africa and made out and...
Yes.
Right, so
But
how...
not right before. They're not in a relationship. They're not hooking up. Not yet is not the answer.
I think...
And not yet is the answer for two people who are hooking up or who are in a relationship.
I know, but what makes you think they're not? Why would they stop? They made out on last season's charter. Then they visited each other in South Africa. Why would you think they're not going to bang this season?
Oh, no, they could.
Right, meaning not yet.
No, I tell you what. Courtney did not ask.
Okay, so we're debating.
I mean, Courtney asked if her and Storm banged.
Got it. Okay, we're
Because not
debating.
yet makes sense. Oh my
debating a
gosh,
question that
guys.
wasn't
If
asked.
I'm wrong, don't call in because I'd
you're
like to
wrong.
think that I'm right.
You're wrong.
No, you're wrong.
No, if the question was asked, I'm right. But you may be correct in that. It was...
No, the question was asked, but it was Courtney
Right.
asking to Natalia, have you banged yet? After she says that there is a new relationship with her and Storm.
Right.
It just makes sense.
Okay. I still don't understand why it wouldn't make sense the other way, but...
Because of the answer. And how would Natalia know?
That's why I thought it was
Seriously,
juicy. I thought
How
that's
would
why...
Natalia know?
I thought that's why it was juicy, because Courtney was letting on like, oh, I am into Z. I thought that's why it was juicy.
But she didn't let on that at all. I don't think anyone actually knows that they had something to do with each other before.
Okay.
People know they were on the same charter.
All right. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Lunchtime.
Yes.
Did you see Dave cracking those eggs against the counter?
Yeah.
That is a pro move.
Yeah, I did
That's-
it too.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Flat against?
Yeah. How do you think I open an egg?
I do it on the side of a bowl. I use the edge of a bowl to crack
I hate it because you know why?
Why?
The counter is harder.
I know, but harder to crack on because you go straight down. If you go too hard on it or whatever, you're just going to smash your entire hand into the counter full of egg. At least the bowl, you crack it, it's going to slice. If you go too hard, it's going to slice it in half. And half will at least go into the bowl.
I mean, I crack it on the side of the counter. On the
Oh,
edge.
yeah. See,
Yeah.
that's not a pro.
That's
Dave,
what he was doing.
No, Dave went flat on the counter.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Pro tip, pro move.
Oh, okay,
It
okay.
was-
I mean, if you're a chef,
Here in my respect.
yeah. Maybe
So-
I'll get there one day.
Try it. I'm going to come out and just see egg all over the counter probably.
We just got the eggs from Costco, so we have a lot.
You have a lot to practice with. So they had meager, a local fish, which is similar to sea bass, and the guests are loving it. There was no real dietary restrictions with this crew, huh? With these guests.
It's called adventurous.
I know, but they didn't even say what they want. They said we want a Studio 54.
Yeah, because
Night.
they just want to. They didn't want someone to like. They didn't want to dictate someone. They just wanted to have fun and show us what you got. I'm down for that.
No, I am too. I just think I would. It was a light preference sheet, is all I'm saying. There's not a lot of preference.
For me, I would definitely do a Chinese night because I love Chinese food.
I love Chinese food if it's done well. You can have some that's not the best.
Yeah.
Right. If it's done well, I would do that. I would love maybe a Mexican night. A good
But you're in Europe.
tapas night then.
Tapas night,
I'll
yes.
do tapas.
I wouldn't, as much as I love Mexican food, definitely
You
my
just
top.
said Chinese, and then you're like, well, you're in Europe, John.
Yeah, yeah.
Eurasia? Is that what you're thinking?
No. But I just thought it would be fun. Like Mexican out, like people here do have fiestas
Yeah.
and Cinco de Mayo. Like you do it all,
All right,
in America.
I'm taking it back. I'm saying tapas.
Okay.
I'm just saying don't say I can't have Mexican because we're in Europe when you requested Chinese food night one.
Let me have what I want. I'm paying for this charter.
All right, have whatever you want. As long as you invite me, you can have whatever you want.
Well, we'll see if I invite you.
Jeez. All right, well, then I'm going to have my tapas for myself.
Okay, we can have it in the front of the boat. Maybe I'll take the back.
So, speaking of the boat, this batch of guests will not spend the most time on the boat because of the weather conditions. So the crew organized some activities off the boat for them. A golf cart tour.
Yeah, with a tour guide.
With a tour guide, but also with the crew. And I thought originally, oh, this is actually nice. This is going to work out for the crew. They're going to have a little break. Mm-hmm. But no, the deckies had to go and drive the golf carts,
Yeah,
which I
and
don't understand.
Courtney's like, how do I use this?
I don't-
would be like, I don't want to ride with you, girlfriend.
It was just strange because you know those golf cart tours exist independently of when there is a yacht crew to
But I think
drive
the
them.
guests are probably feeling more comfortable having the three people there with them who are
Sure.
carrying their stuff. Courtney has a huge backpack when they are doing the little sightseeing, so they're probably getting their drinks and stuff.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
That's the fancy part about having
Yes.
these people follow you.
Yes, you have assistants at all
Yes.
times. So while they're out doing their golf cart tour, the interior is prepping for this birthday party, and it's going to be a casino night
Yes.
theme, which I'm down for a good casino night theme. But I thought the reasoning was because one of them was from Vegas or lives in Vegas.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And I'm like, if you're from Vegas, you don't need to go to another country and have Vegas recreated for you. You want to experience something different.
No, but while Natalia is prepping everything, it looks great. Natasha steps off the boat
Oh,
and
boy.
is on the phone with her ex, literally crying. It's
Oh,
like,
boy.
I cheated with the chef.
Just a liar and a cheater. I love you to pieces.
And then we just hear like, I love you. I'm sorry about everything. I'm like, really?
Well, here's
They're going to break up immediately after if they get back together because of the past.
my thought. They've clearly been talking. This is not the first time they've communicated in recent days. They've clearly been talking, And that's why she was pulling away from Dave. As soon as the ex probably started entertaining her calls or texts, she was probably like, all right, I need to distance myself from Dave.
Yeah.
That's why I think she went cold, is because she was getting this reignited attention from her ex. And she was like, okay, well, now that I'm getting what I want, I need to stop talking to Dave, or I'm not even interested in talking to Dave anymore because I'm actually interested in my ex. And I think that's why she pulled away. I don't think she pulled away with no other option.
I think you just got annoyed because Dave became too much.
I don't think so.
Dave is no
Dave
fun.
became
Let's
too
just be honest. Dave is no fun.
I disagree. I think Dave is a good time. He's out there climbing mountains. He's a ski pro. I think he's a good time.
But doesn't mean he's fun. I don't think he's fun. I don't think he likes to party because he doesn't know how to drink. I don't think he loves throwing parties. I don't think he enjoys doing fun stuff like that. And that's what she loves.
I just don't think he really got that clingy or that needy until she pulled away. And then he was questioning everything. Why is she pulling away? Why isn't she talking to me? That's when he got overbearing. And I think she pulled away because the ex was back in the picture.
Yeah, I mean, you're making sense.
That's what I
Dave
think.
just, when
Dave
he
put the
became a
nail
whiny biatch.
He put the nail in his coffin.
Oh, yeah, that's just was such a turn off.
Here was a turnoff. The manor sequence dresses that everyone changed into that I found on Amazon.
You did?
Because I forget who changed into it first, but they're
I think it was Natasha.
$38 dresses on Amazon.
I mean, of course, this is just for the entertainment. It's just for the casino night.
That's true.
Why would you spend $100 on a matching dresses if you can just?
Because we're talking
It's a costume.
We're talking luxury here.
Yeah, but it's a costume. Come on. They had it on for about an hour.
Yeah. Natalia took it off immediately. Mm-hmm. But I was surprised. I was like, oh, this was a fancy dress. And then I looked
Natalia took it off immediately because she got pissed.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
And then Courtney didn't like the dresses, so she wasn't thrilled about putting it on.
It's apparently very popular. 1,400 ratings on Amazon.
Wow.
For this, for this dress.
As a costume, I would buy it probably, although I don't love it. But yeah, cheap costume. It's a cheap costume.
I didn't see it as a costume. I guess that's why I was like, oh. Wow.
Oh, I totally saw it as a costume. It looks like, otherwise it looks very cheap.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, you're on a $100,000 boat wearing a $38 Amazon dress. But if you're saying it's a costume, I guess that makes more sense.
I think, or at least they take it as a costume. I don't think you'll see them hitting the bodice in that dress.
No. Fair enough. All right. So the guests get back to the boat. The rest of the crew gets changed. And there is a little bit of that tension between Natalia and Natasha because Natasha decides, I want Courtney on service with me, meaning Natalia's going to get stuck on housekeeping.
Well, her reasoning was, I understand, but I felt bad for Courtney. I mean, I felt bad for Natalia because Natasha says, yes, it's gonna be faster if you clean and everything because you know the boat, you've been doing this, so you can knock it out. Courtney is new, so just serving food is easier, especially when she's done it before.
But here's my issue. Courtney shouldn't be doing either of those things. She's a decky. Why didn't they just hire another interior?
Because Kyle just got sick.
Kyle's still busting his ass, so Kyle's doing his thing.
No. At
Kyle's
this point,
down for the count?
He is home. I mean, he's in his cabin.
Touché.
Because once Natasha says this, Natalia runs to Kyle and starts complaining to him. And he's like, I feel you, girl, but I also feel my pain.
He was taking a sick day? I didn't think that.
He was. He was in his pajamas on his bunk bed.
But everyone gets their time off. I thought it was his time off.
His
he was
time off is at
sick?
night, I think he was literally like taking it easy because we don't see Kyle throughout the night.
Interesting. All right, well, that makes more sense. Because I was just like,
that's why she was helping because they were one man down.
Got it. Okay. Well, there you go. So the guests sit down for dinner.
Because if you remember, initially Natalia said, Kyle, can you clean and do laundry so I'll do the party tonight? And he's like, okay.
Got it.
And then he got sick.
Got it. All right. So again, it's dinner time. Everyone's loving the decorations. Mm-hmm. They're loving the food. It was a sous vide lobster and a sauteed gnocchi.
And Dave is introducing all the food. Yep. They love it.
Big hit. And then the captain of the strip, Okay?
Yeah,
Z
well-
and Storm.
First, we see Dave, shirtless Dave, bringing the cake.
I'm glad that was after dinner. I don't need to see that before
No,
dinner.
and it's like, come on, dude.
I'm all for the striptease. At least there is some entertainment value in that. And you're going, okay, this is fun. You're in costumes. You're stripping. I get it. When you see your chef just walk out shirtless, you're like, are all sanitary precautions out the window in that kitchen? What's going on down
But
there?
you are also not a 50-year-old cougar, so.
Still, it just seemed so, there was no sex appeal to it. Like
No.
just a shirtless guy walking
I
out
know.
carrying cake.
Oh, I agree.
At least Storm and Z, they put on a show. Like it was
Yes.
entertainment too.
They sure did.
Natalia liked it. Natalia liked it so much she wants a private show with her
I
and
thought
Storm.
she was a little pissed. She was like, I want my man to dance for me.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. She'd
Yeah.
rather have a strip show alone in her room.
Yes.
But yes, they performed. They did their thing. The guests loved it. It was a hit. The crew heads to bed, wakes up the next morning, and we decide the weather is good enough. Let's leave port.
Yeah, so Storm kind of says, hey, Courtney, you be with Jason, Z is with me, right?
Yeah.
And they're going, and guess whose microphone isn't working well, or his, what do you call it,
His
walkie-talkie?
walkie-talkie. So Storm's job is to call the distances.
Yes.
Okay. Which he does. 5 meters, 10 meters. But yes, his walkie is struggling. I think the name of this episode was Walkie of Shame.
Ah.
So his radio wasn't working. And so Sandy can't hear how far she actually is.
Yeah, so do you think it was his fault? Because Sandy was saying, hold it when you speak.
Yeah.
Hold it when you speak.
Now, if his walkie is truly broken,
Yeah.
maybe he can't hear her.
Oh.
I don't know. The reason I think it was his fault is because he's so nonchalant. He's so chill as they're backing straight into the dolphin. And he's literally calling the distance. Like he has no care in the world. He's like 5 meters, 1 meter,
Which I'm surprised.
touchdown. Like as he hits it, he's like calling it. He's like half a meter, centimeter, millimeter, hit. and
Boop.
that's where it's a little bit his fault, because at 5 meters and realizing we're still going straight forward, I would start yelling
Yeah.
or calling someone else, and he just kept 5 meters.
Yeah, let's
1
see
meter.
if he's gonna keep the bosun position.
And it's tough because he was so good.
So good.
He was nailing his role, scheduling, appointing people to do their tasks. It's just this one little thing, which is a huge thing. And he might lose it all. It's tough.
Yeah. Also, it sucks. Like, can they just pull the boys apart or something?
I know they were saying last time.
Yeah.
I don't think they have the other boats with them, or to get in there and pull the buoys.
Because this is
It's
really tricky.
It's becoming an issue.
Yeah.
It's becoming a real issue for them. But that's the episode. That's where it ends.
Yep.
It was another good one, and I think it's going to get even juicier
Let's see.
next
But
episode.
until next time,
Until next time, make sure you guys are following us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Make sure you check out that Patreon, patreon.com/Married to Reality. Make sure you're following the podcast wherever you're listening. It's so easy to do. You look down, you smash that follow button.
guys, smash it like it's as hard as Z dancing the stripper.
Hello. All right.
Striptease.
All right. And thank you again for the reviews. If you haven't left one, we would love if you could. And thank you if you have left one. You guys know we love that love.
We do. We
All right.
love.
I think that is it. I've said it all.
I've said it all.
All right. That means we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.